Where you are in a year and where you are in 5 years is determined by what you do with your time. Welcome to the Think Like a Billionaire podcast. We're so glad that you're with us. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And don't forget about my Patreon channel. Also, if you want additional information when I kind of goes deeper with what we're talking about even today. We've been talking about As a Man Thinks, So Is He. Think like a billionaire. If you think bigger, you dream bigger, you begin to think like wealthy people, biblically speaking, your life has no choice but to begin to move towards that. And so we've been working week after week on this. This week we're going to talk about your most important commodity you have. You know, people chase money and they're trying to get money and they waste this thing. It's the most wasted commodity on the face of the planet, yet it's the most important. I like what David Khalil said. He said, one of your most valuable commodities and how you spend it is your time. This will determine what your life will be. Where you are in a year and where you are in 5 years is determined by what you do with your time. Do you waste time like most people, or do you use your time? You know, we get worried about money and finances and this person is stealing this and that. Yet people don't really take and guard their time in the same way. That, you know, we've got all these safeguards and passcodes to get on my computer and on my laptop because I got to guard that. But what do you do to guard your time? That make sure that people don't just waste your time and that you're not wasting your time. Because if my life is produced by what I do with the time, then I need to treat it that way. I need to make sure that when I get up in the morning, that time is on my mind, how I'm going to spend my time, that I use it wisely. It's amazing to me that, you know, I thought an easy way for you to start is how much time is wasted in the car listening to just the radio. I'm not saying that we don't relax, but I'm finding that maybe relax later when you get home and put a show on or do something, you know, sit by the pool. But in the car, to use that time. That's when I use to make all my business phone calls, right? I do my calls. And if I don't have calls to make, this is where I'm growing. This is where I'm listening to podcasts and things. And you're like, well, what's an hour? You know, it's a half an hour here, half an hour. You know, 1 hour a day. We're talking about even just during the week, it's 5 hours a week. Right, wasted. Then you multiply that by 250 hours, right? 250 hours a year. Then multiply by 10 years, a decade, right? Now you got 2,500 hours. How much could you have got done in the last 10 years by simply not wasting the time in the car? So looking for these little moments, my mind, I talk about this quite a bit in my book, my mind pays me a profit. It is working. When I get to the job or I get to where I need to be, I get to the business, I already kind of know what I'm going to do. I know who I'm going to meet with. I already have it all planned. A lot of people get to their place and like, okay, now I got to do, okay, what do I need to do? And they're trying to figure out that. Well, you've just wasted a tremendous amount of time. Instead, making your mind save you time. All right, we're going to talk more about this on the Patreon channel. I'm so glad you joined us today. Remember to think big, dream big, and your life will become big. Think like a billionaire.